You guys know that Kamala Harris is someone that a lot of Democrats are looking for to be the 2020 nominee, and I am personally not a fan because she is very much in the bed with Wall Street. She didn't prosecute Steve Mnuchin's One West Bank because she had received campaign funds from them. Now we have another interesting story here. So basically, Kamala Harris went back to Sacramento. Of course, she's from California. She's senator from California. So she went back to Sacramento for a town hall, and somebody asked her about campaign funding. Now, here's what this article says. It says, on Thursday, Harris was taking audience questions when a man stepped to the mic and zeroed in on her fundraising methods. Quote, if a corporation or a corporate lobbyist wants to give you money for a campaign, will you tell them thanks but no thanks? And this is what Kamala Harris replied with. She said, well, it depends. It depends. It says, the questioner, his arms crossed at the waist, declared this the, quote, wrong answer. Quote, well, that's not the answer you want to hear. It doesn't make it wrong. She continued, acknowledging the legitimate concerns, then explaining her philosophy. I appreciate the reason that you're asking it. I do appreciate that. And that's why we have rules that require that any donation that anyone receives needs to be disclosed, so that you can do an assessment and the voters can do an assessment and look at where the contributions come from and make your decisions about whether those contributions have influenced the way that people act and the way people vote. Okay, so she's not even trying to say, that you should vote for me even though I'm taking these campaign funds. She's saying, I'm going to be forced to disclose my donation, so you're going to essentially be able to make your decision as to whether or not you want to vote for me. She's not even trying to get the vote from the person. She doesn't even care. She's just going to take these corporate donations, and effectively the United States is an oligarchy, and that's the truth. That's the sad, very sad truth, and this is massively exemplified by the fact that the NRA is massively bankrolling the Republicans, and they really do hold a lot of power in, making damage to Republicans' careers or campaigns. So it shows you that the reason that there's a lack of an action in Congress is the NRA, and if the legislatures and the government is representing these very small corporations and interest groups, they're not representing us. They're not representing the people who elected them. That would, in effect, make the United States an oligarchy, and that's what Jimmy Carter said. He's afraid that we're becoming an oligarchy, and that's the truth. That is what this has become, because if people are going to get money from these corporations, they're going to be beholden to them. So what we end up having here is an oligarchy, because you become tethered to those corporations and these people who donate massive amounts of money, like the NRA and other organizations like that. Big Pharma is a very big one that really affects people like Cory Booker. So, Kirsten Gillibrand, and I think Cory Booker also came out saying they're not going to be taking any corporate impact dollars. But the movement to really push Democratic candidates and everybody to not have any corporation or any corporate or PAC dollars is just beginning. And this shows it, because if Kamala Harris is not even going to not take them, and she's going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to take them, and you can make your decision because I'll disclose who donated and you can make your decision on that. So this is something that is very important, and I think that when it comes to the center of every single issue, it always comes down to money and politics, just like it is with gun control that we're currently trying to get, which we can't because the NRA is bankrolling, and as David Hogg said, the Republicans are the bitch of the NRA. So, like I said, the fight is just starting, and we have to keep pushing and keep putting pressure on these congressional members to say, hey, don't take PAC money, don't take corporate donations, publicly fund your campaign, do it like Bernie Sanders did, because then you can actually be representing the people of the United States and not very small, very tiny, microscopic interest groups.